In the name of Almighty One God, who is most beneficent, merciful, and compassionate. This is the second lecture of contribution of Muslims in astronomy. So we start. Their research regarding the movements of solar and other astral bodies was remarkable. They ascertained the size of the earth, the obliquity of ecliptic, the variations of the lunar latitudes, and the precession of the equinox. The work of the sons of Musa bin Shakir was continued by Al Nazari and Muhammad bin Isa Abu Abdullah, who made notable additions to it. The invention of the telescope by Abul Hassan forms a landmark in the advancement of the astronomical observations, and in improved form was used with the remarkable success in the observatories of Maraga, Cairo, and Seville. A number of Mamluk astronomers, headed by Musa Khwarizmi and Musa ibn Shakir, successfully engaged in one of the most obligate geodetic operations, the determination of the size and the circumference of the earth. The measurement carried out in the plain of Sanjar and also of Palmyra yielded 56 2/3 Arabic miles as the length of a degree of meridian, a remarkable accurate result exceeding the real length of the degree at the place by about 2877 feet, says C. A. Nalino. This would make the diameter of the earth 6,500 miles and its circumference 20,400 miles. Muhammad bin Musa al Khwarizmi, a versatile genius of Islamic history, translated the Siddhant of Indian tables and wrote a commentary on it. He has written a valuable treatise on astronomy and has compiled his own tables, which after 2 centuries were revised by the Spanish astronomer Majriti and translated into Latin by Adelard of Bath in 1126 AD. These formed the basis of later astronomical works in the East and the West, replacing all earlier tables by Greek and Indian astronomers. These tables were also used in the China. Ibrahim al-Fazari was the first Muslim to construct an astrolabe. He wrote on the use of the armillary spheres and prepared tables in accordance with the Arabic years. One of the earliest Arabic treatises on this instrument was written by Isa al-Astrolabi, who resided in Baghdad at about 830 AD. Abul Abbas al-Faragni, a resident of Ragna in Central Asia, was an astronomer of repute who in 860 AD, according to Ibn Abi Usabiya, supervised for the Abbasid Caliph al-Mutawakkil the erection of a nilometer at Fustat. His well-known work Al-Mudkhal, in English Compendium of Astronomy, was translated into Latin in 1135 AD. by John of Seville and Gerald of Cremona. It was also rendered into Hebrew. The introduction of astronomy into the Christian Europe, says J. W. Draper, has been attributed to the translation of the works of Muhammad Fragna. In Europe also the Arabs were the first to build observatories. The Giralda or Tower of Seville was erected under the superintendence of Al-Jabr, the mathematician. In West, his name was changed to Geber. The Boviad sultans were also great patrons of learning and were surrounded by a galaxy of talented scholars invited from the four corners of the Islamic world. The Boviad Sultan Sharif al-Dawla 982 to 989 AD founded a good observatory in his palace at Baghdad, where such celebrated astronomers as Abdurrahman al-Safi, Ahmad al-Saghani, and Abul Wafa carried on their research. Abdurrahman al-Safi wrote Al-Quaqib means fixed stars, which is known as the masterpiece of observational astronomy. Al-Kuhli, another astronomer attached to the same dynasty, studied the movements of the planets, and his research regarding the summer solstice and the autumnal equinox were of considerable value. Abul Wafa, born in 939 AD in Khurasan and established in Iraq, was an outstanding mathematician and astronomer who introduced the use of secant as well as the tangent into astronomical observations. Another Boviad ruler, Rukhul ad-Dawla 932 to 976, patronized Abu Jafar al-Khazin, a well-known astronomer of Khorasan, who ascertained the obliquity of the eclipse and solved a problem of Archimedes which leads to cubic equation. By the close of 10th century AD, Baghdad was thronged with hundreds of astronomers including Ali ibn Amajar and Abul Hasan Ali ibn Amjar, who are known for their accurate calculation of the lunar movements. Abu Abdullah ibn Muhammad ibn Jabir Batani 877 to 91, a Sabian from Haran, was one of the most illustrious astronomers of the East, who is known as the Ptolemy of Arabs. His tables translated into Latin form the basis for astronomical work in Europe for several centuries. He also wrote a voluminous treatise on the subject, and his astronomical tables were an advance over those of Khwarizmi and of the Indians. He carried on his studies and observations in Al-Raqqa. He was an outstanding original writer and a research scholar of repute who made several emendations to the Ptolemy and rectified the calculations for the orbits of the moon and certain other planets. According to the Philip K. Hetty, he has proved the possibility of annular eclipse of the sun and determined with the greatest accuracy the obliquity of the ecliptic, the length of the tropical year, and of the seasons, and the mean orbit of the sun. So, my friend, this is about the second lecture in Contribution of Muslim in Astronomy. We will start in third lecture from the Persia. Please keep on watching my channel, Dr. Abu Abdullah.